Yeah,
Hello, good afternoon.
how are you doing?
I'm fine. What about you?
Doing well, thank you. To get started, do you mind just giving me like a brief introduction, some of your recent roles and responsibilities, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, I I have over sorry, do you want to me introducing myself about my career? Okay. Uh,
Mhm.
so I for the past 4 years I have been working on technical support at company like in health tech, SAP Enterprise, and in fintech. And I started at Stonico company as a support to the client. It's it was it wasn't a technical support, but I that's where I learned how to work in a production environment like operations that worked 24/7, and I managed like over 50 tickets a day, and where I actually learned how to translate that to the customer, to the final customers. Um, I I have I have in touch with B2B and B2C clients, and that's where you also I learn about SQL language, and to doing documentations for the team niv- for share knowledge to the for the team. And after that, I had an interview in Excelis company. It was a SAP enterprise company where I usually managed like 30 tickets or even more times of the year. Um, and I'm sorry. Um, I will rephrase that. So I moved to Excelis company, um, where I take like 3 months to learn SAP uh, in two modules, TMS fi and financial module. Um, so I usually manage it like 30, 30 to 4 tickets per day, and where I started to use SAP from scratch and in troubleshooting and analyzing the database, and monitoring our applications that was in the Java language. Um, so uh, including in my routine, I sorry, I'm just take a glass of water. So I worked with ITSM to to management our tickets, but we in the first we don't have the clear situation of our tickets, so about like 7 or 8 months in this position, I learned about integrations and troubleshooting, and doing documentations with evidence to the team, into our entry. So about that lack of that lack of visualization, that what was in our priority and was in what it wasn't. I built a management tool in JavaScript and PostgreSQL, um, that you that we can that we could see our the tickets and label them to P1 to P4 based on ITU Foundation. So um, the that was a bottleneck in our organization, and after that we used this tool to reach our SLA to specific clients. So the um, the the main goal, in my opinion, was our SLA comes from 84% to 92% for strategic clients, and after that, uh, I I started to work in BIP Saúde. It was my currently position. It was a health tech with over like 100,000 users, and we daily monitorizing our applications in Ruby on Rails, and like respond like proactively, and for solving a ticket to to so we can see the what's happening in our system. So it was a timeout, a query that is get our database slow, or our application, um, or even the full stop of the application to the client. So that's a role that I support critical production systems, and I use tools like Datadog and Robar to analyzing traces and logs, and we usually can see the with traces the whole pictures of the problem usually. Um, I also run SQLs in production environments. So in these three previous roles, I worked in production in I worked in production only to solving this problem, these tickets. And at Deep Saúde, I also analyzing tools, analyzing our applications, our logs, and I support these integrations and making some tests in Postman, or even monitoring Zabbix or Grafana. And I am talking about a little more about myself. I am finishing my graduation in 2 months, um, and I have the ITU Foundation certificate.
And what has you interested in this particular role here at Mosul?
I think this position would help me to improve my technical knowledge. I am looking for a role that has a career path, which I don't have my currently position. So thinking of I am graduating myself like in 2 months. I am looking for a role that I can learn new technologies and could apply my skills to solving problems to impact the customer positively.
Okay. Um, when you were providing support in any of the other roles, were they primarily in Portuguese, or did you also provide support in English?
Mm, only in Portuguese, only in Portuguese.
Okay.
But I also have meetings uh, with clients from the Italy. So it wasn't English, but it foreign client.
Okay. So I'll be asking you some questions, of course, and also providing some scenarios and just
Okay.
trying to understand like your thought process and analysis through the question, not necessarily if it is 100% technically accurate. Okay.
Okay.
So in a scenario where a customer reports my iPad won't install apps, what are 5 things that you would check first?
Um, I would check the connection. I would check the connection. We would check if we have logs about the activity of the user. I would asking him some questions about how he identified that problem, like is he using Wi-Fi connection or mobile data connection. Um, I would check the not base knowledge if we had, and I would try to analyze like into like Datadog and Rollbar, and I would also updated the clients about what I'm doing, and giving him or her updating as I am analyzing the problem. I would check also um, in the application management that Mozo has, like if there any any information about the clients or the connection. And once I get to the point, I would I would tell the customer, tell the clients how to fix the problem, or even remotely I would fix them and um, give him or her step by step how to re how to get the connection working again.
Can you tell me about a time when you initially thought that you knew the answer to a problem, but after digging a bit deeper, you realized the real issue was something else?
Yes, in my daily in my currently position, we had documented some issues, and in at some point, the first uh, the first thing I would check, it was like the endpoint is working or it is well configured, but it usually works like to see timeout um, or to see timeout or data, sending data that was in the right um, configuration. And so if usually that work, but when I get to the situation that usually what work and it wasn't work, so I try to try new approach. Like I become more curious about the issues. I ask the clients questions. I try to reproduce myself the scenario that caused this problem, and I would check traces and logs and uh, in which time of the day, for example, this query gets low, or it is something like is that an update or new deploy or something like that from the techie the techie team recently, and I would check also the business with the manager business um, for some new feature that has implemented in production, and I would first reproduce my analysis or my troubleshooting in uh, homologation environment, and then to production environment. And I would also updating my clients what I'm doing, and trying to establish uh, security, and trying to them feels like they are getting support.
I'm going to paste a standard pre-escalation checklist into the chat here.
Okay.
Please review it and then pick the two items that you would do first on any reported issue and explain why.
Okay.
Take your time. There's no rush.
I'm just opening. Um, the first two I would try first.
Yep, the first two things that you would do first on any reported issue.
Okay. Um, First I would check the devices, the confirm the devices on the network. I would confirm that the issues affect more than one device, and I would confirm like the device model and the OS version.
So with just the first two that you mentioned, can you explain why you would first check if the device is on the network or if the issue affects more than one device?
Okay. I think the the module management is like remotely. So the device, if the device is not connected to the network, we could not. I think we could not uh, giving them like remotely support, like like access to the activity of the user, or even get like updating logs and our metrics. So I think if is not connected to the network, we would be like blind. So the next one is confirming with the team, or even in uh, monitoring tools like Datadog or even Robar, if that is affecting other customers or clients. So to the so I can label the category and like tag the category, the ticket, and urgency level if something is just for this client or like for the whole operation.
Got it. And if you were, let's say you're escalating a ticket
Okay,
and you only had to document one thing from that checklist, what would that be?
just check again. Um, I think I would record exactly error wording and evidence like screenshots and the what the customers or the clients related me. Sorry,
Okay.
they communicated me.
Can you tell me about a time when a small detail made a big difference in the outcome of a project or a problem?
Could you give him some example of this question, please?
Um, yeah, so if we're like troubleshooting something and um, somebody missed as they're troubleshooting like the OS version. So let's say that Apple released a new feature, the
Mm-hmm.
customer's complaining the feature is not working, and they're troubleshooting, and as they continue to troubleshoot, they're still not finding anything because they've missed that the device was on an older OS version, so it wouldn't support the new feature.
Um, Stephanie, could you repeat the question, please?
Yep. Can you tell me about a time when a small detail made a big difference in the outcome of a project or a problem?
Okay, I have an example that occurred me recently. So the company has um, um, make like a new product in in release like a week ago. So our our app um, in previous versions has now support to runs the this project this product or this feature like how they supposed to work. So it gets a while to identify that. So we check like the traces and in the database if the client is active if the client is activate if what is his system is his system and we get like we get like these points that it only affecting customers in the that are trying to buy this product but using like the previous versions of our app. So that's how we we lead this problem to the correction, like telling the client to just update and try again, and giving them informations like there is no bug in the app, just not the right version for that specific product.
Okay, okay. Um, Imagine I am a customer who's not technical at all, and
Mhm,
I've never used like an iPad or a tablet or anything like that.
mhm.
Can you please explain to me step by step how to take a screenshot?
Okay. Um, First, I would like to know uh what is your phone, what is your the model of your phone? Is that a iPhone or Android? And after that, I would like it is like in the case it is iPhone, I would send you like to press on a button in the side of the smartphone, and to press also in the same time on the button to turn up the volume. So together, they will get you a screenshot of your screen, and you could send us.
Sure. And how do you handle issues where a customer is frustrated or upset due to technical issues?
Um, um, I so first I would trying to calm the client and tell him that I am here to support them to get the solution until the solution is finished. Um, then I would making him some questions like how do how how he gets to that problem. Then I would out in parallel I would check um our database, um our database, our information in about integration and traces and like logs. And in the meantime, I would tell him what I am doing, and in trying to giving him um, this feeling that he is getting support, and um, we are uh, advancing to right to the solution. So I would like trying him to do some steps based on the base knowledge and steps of troubleshooting. And if and I will also talking to the client, to the customer, to understand how the experience was going, and try not to using like technical vocabulary with them, so so we can like have a conversation in with no with no difficult of understanding. You know, um, I think I would try that.
Yes. Can you tell me about a time that you were measured on performance?
Yeah. In that experience at Excel's company, I was an intern. So when I built that tool of management support, we could see the whole picture of the team, like how many tickets we are handled, and is how our SLA was impacted from me or from the other people in the team, if I understand correctly the question. So we
Uh,
okay.
yeah. And were they measured based on any type of like metrics or anything like that? Or was it just like if you did it?
We measure uh, we measure SLA and CSAT.
Okay. And based on those data points or metrics, where did you typically rank among the others?
Uh, I think I rank like I think I rank like 92% of our SLA. So I I when I get a new position, for example, I try to understand the business. So I understanding the business, I think, is the like 50 or 60 part of the support job. So the part of the technical is just the the 50 the 20% after that, and the other 20 was communication. So I think I rank like in the metric SLA, or in the metric as the SAT. I pursue that.
And support work can involve a lot of repetitive issues and very high ticket volume in moments. Can you tell me about a time when you had to perform at a high level in a repetitive or a high pressure environment?
Um, I worked in a high pressure environment. I think we manage like three systems in this business of health tech. So usually when a ticket gets to us, it is when a nurse it's at the front door of the client. So it's we need to analyze quickly, and we have to give the correction or other informations, or the instructions to um, quickly solve the problem. So um, based on our volume your tickets today, like 80% of my time daily, it is on solving problems in high pressure situations.
And let's say that you receive a ticket from a large business client, and after deploying some configuration changes, um, they have devices across like 10 different stores that can't access the internet anymore to process sales. It's a very high urgency issue, and
Mm-hmm.
you have two options. You can either immediately run a risky broad change that typically fixes the issue but would violate policy, follow the full pre-installation checklist and take 20 to 30 more minutes, prolonging the resolution, but it would mean that you would remain compliant. Which one would you choose? And
I think I would choose the first one. I think like when the system is down and the customer has so many devices, the priority it is to the systems working the systems get working again. So even even if the system is not working like uh, perfectly like how they're supposed to be, but I think the reestablishment, the connection and the service is more important. Like to so the customer could access like the main features of the system, and then I would documentation the problem, the situations, getting evidences, and I would report to the customers as well that what I do and what I was to doing to the full recovery of the systems, sending and packing these informations to to the other team, like into team, for example.
I don't have any more questions for you. Do you have any questions for me about um, your role or the position?
Yeah, I would I would want I would want to know if this position is a new position or a replace position.
So it's not a new position. We are constantly growing our team, and so the position's basically open, and we just have rolling applications. We have team members
Mm-hmm.
who get promoted, who go to different companies, who move to a different department, and so on. So we just have like rolling
Mm-hmm.
options for new people.
And what about documentations? Like if when I think I am going, if I'm going to the module, how is the onboarding? We do you have like documentations? Is there any space for new ideas or new solutions?
So we have some documentation, but it's not like we don't have any step-by-step troubleshooting guides or like if this happens, you need to do this and things like that. And quite honestly, it's impossible to do that because all of our customers have various OS versions. They have various hardware, devices. Um, they're using mixed models. Some using shared, some using one-to-one,
Mm-hmm.
some not assigning. They also have different network environments and things like that that can impact all of the MDM. So we don't have anything that is like, if this, then that, because it's wouldn't number one, it'd be so giant, it wouldn't even be helpful because you wouldn't be able to find anything. Um, so during the initial 90 days, we do like a quick deep dive into the MDM, how it works, how the communication works with the devices. Then from there, we pair each new hire up with a mentor who has been here for some time and has experience and good performance, so that way
Mm-hmm.
they can consult with them if they need any help or assistance with anything. They then start working on tickets and will have their mentor review tickets so that way it's like on the job training. And then from there, they also shadow calls from our onboarding team and support team. And then they just continuously become more autonomous until they're leading calls at the end. And that way they can move to production.
Okay. And the team today it is formed by junior positions or mixed with senior like pairs?
We have So we have iOS technicians who only handle iOS tickets along with like Vision OS and watchOS and
Mm-hmm.
tvOS because the OS is all very similar. Then we have junior macOS technicians, senior macOS technicians, support engineers, which is where the tickets get escalated to that team for deeper debugging. And then we have our development team where we technical bugs and things like that.
Okay, that's nice. Um, is there a career path like could you give me some example of someone who started like in this role, in this like technical support in Mozo, and then could you go to other position and other position above or even other team?
Yeah, so everybody here at Mosul pretty much starts on the support side of things with the iOS. You can't really do anything else in the company unless you know the product, and
Mhm,
so being on the support side of things helps to understand and learn the product in the quickest way.
mhm.
So everybody starts on the iOS side. From there, they go to, and depending on performance, can have the opportunity to go to junior macOS. Once they learn the macOS stuff from there, and depending on performance, there's different options and avenues that they can take so they can continue on the support path and go to senior macOS support engineer. Or if they prefer speaking to customers more, they could do something along the lines of like our onboarding team or relationship team. And then we also have a finance team as well. So there's different avenues just depending on people's skill set and performance, and those opportunities arise from there. But nobody on our team has been hired from the outside. Like that, everybody who starts on the iOS are the ones promoted. We don't hire anybody from the outside for any of the like additional roles. So like a shift lead, I wouldn't hire anybody from outside because they have no clue what the product is and how we work. So it wouldn't
Mhm.
make any sense to do that. So Lucy and our other shift lead, Debbie, were both iOS technicians who have worked their way up.
That's nice. That's okay. Thanks. Lucy has mentioned to me that like loving solving puzzles is a skill that Mozo would like to see in the candidates. So when she told me that, I picture myself in this position, and my question is, when, for example, in a Saturday or in a Sunday, when we trying to solve a problem based or not in the previous based knowledge or troubleshooting documented, um, uh, ca- how could I get some support uh, for the older senior member of the team, like in the specific weekend, for example?
So our normal support agents do not work on the weekends. They work. We have two shifts Monday through Friday. Brazil time is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or
Oh,
1 p.m. to 2
okay.
p.m. We have two people who work on the weekends. They're senior people already because they know what to do. We don't put in a junior person in that area because
Mhm.
they wouldn't have any idea how to solve the problems and it wouldn't be helpful. So yeah, so that wouldn't be a scenario. But in a scenario where you receive a case that you've never seen before or anything like that, we expect all of our agents to do their best to look up resources and do things autonomously first, because having another team member distracts them from doing their job and it impacts their performance. And so we don't want that to happen because then now two people are doing your job rather than just you. So we always encourage our agents to find things themselves on their own first. If they've exhausted every single resource and they still can't figure it out, then we have an escalation path to our support engineers. So rather than trying to pull somebody else into it, now we have 2 or 3 people working on the same problem. We just do an escalation path and then our support engineers handle it.
Makes sense. Okay. How do you measure like the performance of a new member of the team? For example, the first 99 days.
So their KPIs are compared to our current iOS technicians, and they have to be within a certain range of the overall KPI score. So, if they are performing at 60% lower than the current iOS technicians, then for them to
It
keep
is
up. And then once
SLA. I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I'm sorry. It is the SLA metric or not?
So we have our KPIs. We have a couple different things that contribute to our KPI scores. One is the number of ticket responses. Another one is the number of calls taken. One's customer satisfaction, and the last one is QA. So the quality and accuracy of the responses. And then all of those are combined for a final score, and then we use that score to rank each of the agents and kind of identify the percentage change of difference between each of the agents and make sure that everybody is performing as expected. So based on that score, if it is significantly lower than the current iOS technicians, then we likely don't proceed because the current iOS technicians will then be moved to macOS, and then we need to rely on the newer agents to handle that load. And if they can't, then that's a problem. So we do compare that to the current iOS technicians towards the end of the training period. The shift leads are very transparent about what's expected, how people are doing, if they need to improve in areas and things like that. And then that way there's no surprises at the end. Like we want to give everybody the opportunity to be successful, and you can't be successful if you don't know where you need to improve. So we are always
Exactly.
very honest and transparent about that.
That's nice. Usually, do you have like one-on-ones meeting and or any other informal contact or talk?
Yeah, so the shift leads will contact the new hires multiple times throughout throughout the first 90 days, and then they also follow everything up with a written email. That way, if there was anything lost in translation during the call or something was missed during the call or something like that, it's written, and that way the employee can follow up and ask any questions or clarification if needed.
Thanks for the information, Stephanie. My last questions is just about the AI. So how could you use the AI in our daily routine? Like I usually use to learn from like a bug that I that I couldn't go further. And is that allowed, or is there any AI from the module?
So we do not permit our agents to use AI. We have a couple of team members throughout the company who are permitted to use AI and for very specific reasons, and then that access is granted through our company enterprise ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever
Mm-hmm.
subscriptions. We do currently implement an AI assistant for the first response on tickets, and that uses all of our help center documentation to formulate a response to the customers just to give them like an initial response to help resolve their issue. Um, 10% or 15% of tickets are solved by that AI assistant. In most cases, it comes to our support team, and we still need to follow up directly with the customer because a lot of them just don't like AI, and so they're trust the human,
All right.
even if the AI is correct. So that's what we've implemented so far. I don't know if there's any plans to expand that in the future.
Okay. Thanks for the answers.
Absolutely. Alrighty. It was a pleasure talking to you and getting to know you. I'll pass my notes over to Anderson and Gabrielle, and they'll follow up probably within the next week or two.
Okay, thanks for your time, and I am available for any questions in the future in case.
Okay, sounds good. Bye
Bye bye.
bye.